So just take a breath in this moment, relaxing your physical body, inviting your full presence to this now moment. There are things to do, things that you've done. Do yourself the favor and as much as possible, let that go. There's some reason something drew you to be here now, so the invitation is to do that. So to connect with that idea that within you, within me, within all of creation is Spirit itself. And as we connect with that within us, we can relax a bit. We can slow our mind a bit. Just our very breath brings about a presence that we too often forget. So take that moment now. And as we slow our breathing and slow our minds and relax our bodies, there is the remembrance that there is that within us that is of Spirit itself, that is naturally peaceful, supportive, available. So we lean into that space. And we can feel it when we all do that together. So if you're having any trouble with that, just keep breathing and let the energy of the space pull you in. We are all connected through that one source, that one Spirit. So in a very deep way, we are never alone. We connect now with the fullness of that idea that through our shared, inherited, spiritual foundation, we are connected. We're connected too with our earth that guides us with these beautiful changes in season. Connected with people all around the world, whether they're in a church or a mosque or a synagogue or outside or in bed. There is that running within us that connects us all. So let that connection, let that knowing inspire you, lift you up, guide you this day. As you make your intention, what is it that you intend to give and what is it you intend to receive today, this day of perfect balance? And just as we know this and do this for ourselves, we just imagine this rippling out into our families, our communities, our country, and our world. That at the deepest level, we all become aware of our interconnection and our inner divinity, no matter what we call it. Can you imagine with me a world in which all its people are aware of who and what they are as expressions of divine life and divine love? As we hold that vision and step into it for ourselves, so it becomes. And so we let it be, and so it is.
Looking to the sky, hoping maybe someone would listen, give me a design of what to do with my existence, looking for an answer. But maybe when the questions start to disappear,
Thank you, Laura. I usually see you behind the piano. I don't usually get to see you just really feeling it. I love it. Thank you. I want to come back as a rock star in my next life. Seems like so much fun. How you doing? I seem to be changing prescriptions right in front of your eyes. I'm like, are these my glasses? What is happening? I think I need to... So, I'm okay. That's just something's going on with my vision. That's a weird thing to start out with. All right. That's why I'm just trying to let you in on my experience. As we age, not only does our hearing change, but our vision seems to change rapidly. What is that about? Okay. How are you? Everybody doing all right? Good, good. Well, we're continuing our exploration of our power of order. This whole year, believe it or not, you're like, oh, we believe it, we've been here, has been an exploration of our 12 powers set forth by Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore, which are these 12 innate capacities that we have and we use all the time, many times without really consciously being aware of it. And certainly, I hope if this study's done nothing else, it's just reminded you, it certainly has me, of the wonder of being a human being, right? The capacity that we have to expand our understanding of who and what we are, and who and what we are to each other, and who and what God is. Not really a who, but a giant what. The whatness behind all that is. Don't quote me on that. That's a terrible quote. The whatness behind all that is. So order, our co-founder Charles Fillmore said this, that order is the first law of the universe. There could be no universe unless its various parts were kept in perfect harmony. And there is some aspect of that is active within us too. The harmony within our physical body, the harmony within our mental capacities, the harmony within our relationships, within our finances. I mean, it's the same principle that applies to all these aspects of our life. So we define order, our power of order, as our ability to organize, sequence, adjust, and ultimately evolve. Sequence and organization is pretty self-explanatory. We talked a little bit about that last week. Like there's always something that could be organized, right? Like your garage or your basement or your desk or your whole life, right? And it's also that sequencing is really important for how we learn, right? We learn in a certain sequence, so we build on what we know so that eventually it kind of becomes applicable and becomes wisdom that we can use. We don't just, well, some of us don't do. We start here and then go there and then go there and then, ooh, gosh, I'm not getting it, right? There's a sequence. And to develop this power of order at its highest expression, we also touched on last week, we have to be willing to cooperate with spiritual laws, to be aware of them, to believe in them, and to cooperate with them rather than perhaps work oblivious to them and wonder why things aren't working out, or even unconsciously against them when we do weird things in our head, like limit ourselves, limit our capacity, limit each other. Great example that I remembered was like learning, well, hang on, let me say one more thing. Just as quickly as we learn to work with the forces of gravity when we're learning how to walk and ride a bike, so too do we want to learn to work with the force of spiritual law rather than against it or oblivious to it. Do you remember learning how to ride a bike? I can't hear you. It's getting hard. It's getting more distant, I realize. But do you remember that exhilaration when you finally got it? It was the coolest thing, right? And it's like, okay, you have a model, someone's doing it, you see your parents aren't dying, so it's got to be able to be done, and they're telling you some things to do. And it's just that perfect combination of knowing some things and surrendering and getting that groove where you're like, there it is. What if that is it's a great example for life, right? As we learn more, we also have to be able to surrender to a force that is working on our behalf if we will allow it. And I don't know about you, but for a minute there on the bike, I was just too scared. Just put the wheels back on, please. But I wanted the independence. So again, we kind of ebb and flow in our growth and in our, most definitely in our confidence, right? So the spiritual law that underpins this power of order is what I talked about last week. It's the groundwork for all things metaphysical in New Thought traditions. And that is mind, idea, expression. That is the sequence. Mind, idea, expression. Our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, said that the law of mind action may be described in 3 steps. We talk about that. If you've been in New Thought for any amount of time, you've heard about the law of mind action. How many of you heard of that? Great. Well, okay, we'll get that percentage up. That law is just saying that what we put our mind, the power of our mind, when we focus on something, we experience more of that. And so the more we focus on it, the more we experience it, the more it impacts our experience. That is a lot of power we have. It doesn't mean that we control everything that ever happens to us. There's a lot of dynamics, right, that play into why things happen to us. Not all of them are our doing. But what is always our doing is how will we respond to it? What will we make that mean about ourselves, about God, about the world? And that's crucial because that will impact our experience. So, first, there must be mind. Second, everything exists first as an idea in mind. So, first, there must be mind. Second, everything exists first as an idea in mind. And third, the inherent power and intelligence in the idea causes it to act or express. And when it is expressed, we have the manifestation. So this translates to divine mind is the ultimate truth behind all appearances. There's a divine idea behind everything. And we use that same power, right? If we want to create something, have an experience, we first have it in our mind. We learn about it, we see it, we envision it, we hold it to be true, and with enough of that, it becomes so. So only in this thinking, only spiritual things are eternal and real. For the manifested things change, they decay, they die, they change. But there is that within us that is a spirit that does not decay or die or even change. That is the source of our ultimate freedom. Not when we die, but now. To know that, to claim that, to grow that right now. And in that doing, of course, it helps us feel less threatened by death, which many of us, if we're honest, can feel. It's very unknown. It's scary. It hurts. But if we know that there is that within us that will overcome that, and that is our overcoming capacity now, all the difference that makes, yes? So author Linda Martella Whitsett, who we've been studying Divine Audacity, these 12 powers, says, she reminds us, remember that we have outgrown the idea of God as a superhuman that imposes order upon us. God is order itself. Just like when we said God is not loving, that's what we are. God is the energy and the essence of love itself. And we use it to varying degrees. Same thing with order. It's the energy of order itself. is the nature of this God. God is order. God is the organizing principle revealed in the pattern and sequence inherent in all life. It is the organizing principle at work within you and within me and within all of nature. And we see it so easily in nature because nature just does it. But we say, wait a minute, whose plan is this? I have a better idea. Oh, I know who did this. They don't know what they're doing. Do they have a degree? I mean, we can do all sorts of stuff, right? Nature's just like, I'm living in the order. I trust it. So just as there is a perfect pattern of the tree within the acorn, so is there a divine pattern of perfection of spirit within each one of us. Within you right now. No matter how you feel, no matter what you're thinking, no matter if you're single, no matter if you're in the middle of a divorce, all the things that can make us feel imperfect. Right here, right now, there is a perfect pattern of divine order at work in you and me. Whew. Again, how do we live when we start our day off that way? Trusting that whatever's coming our way, there is still order in it. And there's a lot of chaos coming our way right now. And there is, we know, right? Science has now shown there's order in chaos. Linda Martella goes on to say, each of us, by nature, is capable of turning to the intelligent order that is the framework, structure, pattern, and sequence at the heart of all that can ever be. We are capable of organizing our thoughts, words, and actions in concert with divine order. That's the gist of the power of order. So we've talked about organization and sequence. That's pretty clear. Then this second way that it expresses is through adjustment. Again, Linda says, adjustment is a feature of order in the body through homeostasis, in the natural world, adjusting to changes, conditions, and reestablishing order. Our very seasons of the year demonstrate this, and we're capable of it as well. She goes on to say that spiritually, adjustment is our power of modifying thoughts, words, and actions to support our wholeness of being. And how do we do that? Our spiritual practices are the way we do that. Meditating, journaling, releasing, and affirming provide that orderly process. And to connect, the ultimate reason that we do any of those things, I think in this language, is to connect with what is eternal and true within us. To connect with that. To let that guide us, to let that support us, to let that inspire us. According to Dr. Barry Johnson, author of Polarity Management, polarities are not problems. They are equal values that we all juggle. Unavoidable energies that we all deal with within ourselves. Whenever we reflect, I need more balance in my life, we are unknowingly acknowledging our desire to adjust one or more polarities. There's that power of adjustment. And perfect balance isn't a one and done. Like, oh, there it is, right? It takes not very much to get us out of balance. You know, we might be in a groove doing good, and then someone in our family gets sick, or there's an accident, or we just don't feel good, and poof. Then we got to get back. We got to readjust. The reality of our modern life is that our daily schedules are not a balancing act. They're really a juggling act, yeah? Particularly those still working and raising children or helping with grandchildren. See if you can relate. This is how Linda speaks of this need to balance, right? To adjust frequently in our modern world. She says, see if you can relate to this. Keeping busy, I can go a long while before I begin to feel run down. At some point, I will look at the hours I have scheduled and realize I feel stretched too thin. I'm overscheduled. All that I had been eagerly anticipating suddenly feels like a demand. Pleasurable activities such as gardening now have to be squeezed in, which turns them into jobs that need to be done. I'm so busy that I skip morning meditation, journaling, yoga, and other mind-quieting practices. I have no time for dreaming or meaning-making. I begin to suffer agitation, anxiousness. Sufficiently provoked by discomfort, I realized I'm starved for stillness. Anybody relate to that? Yeah. And when I am still, I retreat from the world and other people into a cocoon of peace. My mind quiets. I return to my source of being. And once again, I feel at home with myself. Of course, if I remain on retreat too long, I begin to feel mentally dull and unfocused. A need for structure and activity arises as a feeling of restlessness. These stirrings propel me back into action, adjusting again, right? Okay, I've balanced out my busyness, I've restored myself, and now I can't just stay on retreat forever. I mean, I can. No, I can't. Can you? No. Because then there's a drive to readjust and be productive in life and be connected in life. And so it's that constant balance. Because it is impossible to remain perpetually balanced, I think this is an opportunity for us to really give thanks for this ability that we have to adjust and call upon it. We don't have to just stay perpetually busy or perpetually blissed out or perpetually negative or perpetually scared. We have the capacity to adjust. And hopefully with each adjustment, we get a little fine-tuned, right? So that we're never all the way over into, holy cow, I'm losing my mind. Because I have not even tried to adjust for too long. Anybody know that feeling? That's why you're here. That's why I just let half of you take a good nap while you're here. You're exhausted. I mean, I used to take it personally, and sometimes I still do, but mostly I'm like, just, it'll seep into them. It's fine. Activating our power to adjust, we literally change our energy. We shift our awareness. We uplift our attitude, and we can transform our life. And we have to make that a priority. And so that is what we're going to take some time to do now in meditation, to welcome the stillness, right? And hopefully in such a way that, yes, you can relax, you can feel recharged, but ultimately we want to get still in order to make that connection, to have that inflow of divine inspiration, divine ideas, divine love, divine ideas of wholeness and healing, whatever it is that you might be in need of, to open up to that flowing in and through us. So I'll ring the singing bowl, which invites us to drop from our heads to our hearts. And we'll spend a little time getting physically still and then a time in the silence. So I invite you to get comfortable. Maybe even put your hand on your heart for this moment, breathing into your heart space, relaxing your mind. that breath. Again, feeling the ground beneath your feet, the chair behind your back, fully supported. Sitting upright and opening up all of those chakras and especially that crown chakra where you receive from Source. So just invite you to do a quick body scan, focusing on your feet, keeping your breathing steady, closing your eyes or lowering your gaze if that's more comfortable. Just begin to bring your awareness to your physical body. Starting with your feet up through your calves and your knees, up through your pelvis and your stomach. And notice if there's any place that's holding tension. Maybe you can breathe a little more deeply. Invite that to relax. Our breath does a marvelous job at that. So let that breath go into your belly as you scan that area. And moving up to your chest. Again, deepening your breath to open as much as you can that heart chakra. Moving up to your neck, your throat, that power center there that holds your voice. Also may be where you stuff some of your power, so breathe into that. Relaxing your jaw. Relaxing your eye sockets a bit. Maybe even stretching your neck. Feeling all the way up to the top of your head, your skull, the air on your forehead, relaxing that forehead. Just continuing with that breath, taking an account of how it is to be you right here, right now, in this physical body. And whatever comes, letting that be just fine. Don't resist it. No need to change it. It's your current experience. Welcome it. And now deepening your breathing and inviting your mind to follow that breath. Connect with that being that is within you. There is part of you that can witness all of this, the body and the thinking. Connect with that part, the observer. That sense of just being, which can be hard to find when we're so conditioned around doing. So be gentle. Just keep breathing. And notice, you will notice that it rises to meet you. I am here. I see you. I see all that you're doing and all that you're holding. All that you're carrying. Can you give some of that to me? For I am the eternal, true part of you. I can hold it. And let the wisdom and the love of spirit that dwells within you and all around you, let that enfold you right now. You don't have to do anything or be anything different. As we do that, we're creating more and more space for that energy, that wisdom, that love of Spirit itself to be known to us very personally. We can do this anytime, any place. There's no wrong way. It's just doing it. And so as we take a breath, we realize, just notice the however minute, the spaciousness that has resulted from just this little time. How it can adjust our whole outlook, raise our energy, shine levels of possibility within us that an hour ago may not have been noticeable. There is that inner sanctuary within us. Our job is to find it regularly. And trust that it is always there to receive us, always calling out to us. Join me in the silence. To be your sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I am a living sanctuary for you. So God, prepare me to be your sanctuary. I am pure, I am holy, and I'm yours and tried and true. With thanksgiving, I know I am a living sanctuary I forgot how you make me cry. I just invite you all to open your eyes if you haven't already. That was beautiful. I want to remind you too, there's a bunch of stuff in your insert that you are all welcome and encouraged to attend. And Linda Martella-Whitsett, who we've been studying all year, is going to be here in October. She'll be with us on a Sunday morning and be doing a workshop that afternoon. And she's also doing a workshop for our Front Range Unities. We're going to be doing it at Unity on the Avenue, which is at 16th and Dahlia. For those interested in learning more about affirmative prayer, and particularly how to do that with others, and anyone's invited to do that. I hope that if that's on your heart at all, that you will join that opportunity, because it's going to be a fantastic training with her. So all of that information is in your insert, and I just want to be sure you all look at that and attend what calls to you. Now is the time in our service where we give of our good. In the support of our ministry, and all that we do here is supported by your donations, so thank you for that. If you'd like to know how you can give electronically, there's information in your insert. There's also baskets in the back for cash and check as you're leaving. So however you are giving, I invite you to bless our offerings with me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. I am thankful. Get another Laura song.
Shadows and victory.
So if you're not standing, I'll invite you to go ahead and stand as we close with our prayer for protection. And there are some light refreshments in the fellowship room, so be sure to hang out, talk with your friends, make some new friends. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is.